Hey guys, and welcome to another video. As always, this is me reviewing the Palace game, our 2-1 defeat against Liverpool on the Saturday. So yeah, after the international break, which I forgot was happening, so I did say the video would be last Tuesday, but obviously it's this Tuesday, well Wednesday it is today. So yeah, 2-1 defeat as I just mentioned. So going into the game, I sort of thought, again, it's a free hit for us. So our last game against the top 6 before we have the so-called easier games. Obviously Liverpool flying high in first place, haven't lost a game yet. Obviously they beat Man City in the previous game, so obviously their confidence was sky high, the belief in themselves sort of obviously gone up. And obviously, as I said in the last video, I was thinking, because they exerted so much against Man City and having beaten their sort of closest rival at that time, would their foot come off the pedal? I thought maybe. And obviously seeing during the week leading up to the game that Salah and Robertson would be out, obviously filled me with a little bit more confidence. Obviously Salah hasn't been the best out of their front three. It's more been on Sadio Mane and Firmino sort of this season, so I didn't think it was going to affect them that much. When I saw that Andy Robertson was potentially going to be out of the game, I was a bit more confident, because obviously Milner dropping in there, and normally Zaha gives Milner a hard time, so I was sort of excited about the prospect of that. Then obviously on the lead up, in the day of the game, the lineups were announced and Robertson was starting, and obviously Salah was on the bench. So I was thinking, oh brilliant, oh well, we'll see. And yeah, we started the game really well. We sort of got at Liverpool, limited them to a few chances. Again, we looked good defensively, which we needed to improve on. Attacking wise, we were a lot better. I felt it was much more sort of free flowing attack rather than a sort of stagnant attack we had in the previous games. And yeah, we played really well, and when I thought coming up to half time, yep, going 0-0, we're playing well, let's push that goal in the second half. And then the sort of controversy started. So a corner came in, we scored, and obviously thought brilliant, 1-0 going into half time. That's great. Then obviously the old friend VAR comes in, disallowed the goal. Now I was at the opposite end to where the goal was scored, so I couldn't actually see. So while obviously a lot of the fans were booing and saying, F VAR, all that stuff, I sort of stayed silent because I couldn't actually see it. So I watched on Instagram, watched Match of the Day, and yeah, it is a foul. So basically the ball came in, Ayew did pushed Lovren. Alright, you can say it was soft. Should a player like Lovren, who's 6 foot plus, be falling over from a player like Ayew, who's like 5'8", 5'9"? Should he be falling over from that? Probably not. But at the end of the day, it is a push. And then obviously it went to Tompkins, who scored. So that part was fine with Tompkins scoring, obviously, because Tompkins was onside, but it's obviously the Ayew push. And surprisingly, there has been a lot of mixed views on this one. A lot of saying, no, it wasn't a foul. Like, there's no way. On Soccer Saturday, I think it was Paul Merson that was doing our game. He said it was very soft, and that how is Ayew going to get up there, when he's that, small compared to Lovren. But I think in that situation, I've watched the corner actually back. In that situation, if I was Ayew, I think personally Lovren misjudged the flight of the ball coming in. So I think personally, if Ayew just jumped up with him without pushing him or anything like that, just jumped up with him, he would have, pushed probably Lovren into a mistake by just being there. He would have made Lovren think, oh my god, Ayew's going to get there. Then it would have gone over Ayew, and then there was Tompkins free to put it into an open goal. So unfortunately there, obviously it's frustrating that we got the goal disallowed. But at the end of the day, it was legitimately disallowed. There's no mistake made by the ref or VAR. It was it was perfectly disallowed, and unfortunately, we didn't get the goal. So yeah, going into half time 0-0, I was thinking, yeah, we're playing very well, but we need that goal, or we need to start getting a few more chances. We had a few chances in the first half. We had a few good saves from Alisson, but Liverpool defence didn't look comfortable. But we were obviously on top. Liverpool did have a few chances, but wasn't really clear cut. There was only like one, I think, in the first half where we did look a bit on the ropes. They did look a bit sort of off the pace. I don't know if with obviously all the international break happening, maybe a few of their players are tired. Obviously, it's coming up to this period now where a lot of games are going to be played, especially in Liverpool's case. So maybe they just taking a bit of time to get up to speed. Anyway, the second half kicked off, and then classic Palace, we concede very early in the first half, and I'm like, oh, brilliant. So yeah, it was very frustrating to concede so early in the second half. I just think maybe they, Hodgson might have said to them, just back off a bit and hit them on a counter, but I just think it was all a little bit too sort of static in the first few minutes. And then I think it was Wijnaldum who scored, good finish, and then obviously I was thinking, oh great, well they've scored first, they're going to push on and win it. But actually Palace did surprise me. We attacked, looking for that equaliser. We had plenty of chances to equalise. We had Sloop just past the post. Benteke, when he came on with bicycle kick, nearly went in. James McCarthy had a good chance. A few shots that were blocked. And yeah, we were really pushing. And then our equaliser came. We had really good build-up. If you watch it, it is on the Palace Instagram. So if you want to watch it, Palace fan or anyone watching it or hasn't seen it, it's on the Palace Instagram. So yeah, really good build-up from the back. Came up to Benteke, cut inside, nice little ball across the penalty area, played to Zaha, little shift out to his right foot, and then finished in the far corner past Alisson. Really good goal, and I'm really happy that Zaha's got his first goal of the season. Hopefully he can push on now and get some more to come. And we were still pushing again. We looked the more likely to get that second goal. Unfortunately, again, Joel Ward goes off getting injured. It looks a bit more serious than in the Chelsea game. So, looks like we may be without him for the Burnley game. Liverpool doing what they do best. It was sort of similar to their game against Aston Villa. They were sort of attacking, but I feel we were more of a threat than Villa. Because we were still, obviously, with our pace up front. We were causing them issues. But yeah, then it got to like the 85th, 86th minute. They get a corner and they score from it. A really, really scrappy goal. But obviously, if you're a Liverpool fan, you don't care how it went in. Obviously, if you're a Palace fan, you're cursing your luck. So as the corner came in, we had ample opportunities to clear it. 2 or 3 opportunities. We clear it, hit them. We tried to clear it again, it hit their player. And on the third one, I think it hit Van Dijk, or he managed to get it across. Then it seemed as if time was sort of slow as it came across to Firmino, and he finished it, hits the post and goes in. Obviously really frustrating to concede that late on, and I feel, obviously that, Palace, our heads went down then, but we did still have a great chance right at the end with Zaha, literally like a few yards out. He had a bit of time, I think, because Van Dijk misjudged the flight of the ball as from the cross that came in, and he touched it down. It was on the half volley, and he leant back too much, and it went over the bar. That was the opportunity, and you feel that was saying Liverpool, like, yeah, we've won this, and that was it. Really frustrating, but at the end of the day, to push Liverpool that close, I believe that's sort of a turning point in our season, because, alright, you can say, yeah, but you lost. But I think the way we played, that is how we should play in the next few games. We look at our next few games, we've got winnable games coming. We've got Burnley away, You know, they're on and off at the moment. Bournemouth at home, Brighton at home. You know, we got West Ham on Boxing Day. You know, we can do it. We can. There's enough chance to get the points. You know, we even got Southampton away, I think, after Christmas. So we got the opportunity to, you know, get some more points on the board. And at the end of the day, the gap, you know, Wolves, I think, are 5th at the moment, and the gap is 9 points or something like that. But a couple of wins and we're 6th, 7th. So, you know, obviously the top 4 that is now, which is like Liverpool, Leicester, Chelsea, and Man City, they're sort of in their own battle. And then you got all the rest. You know, I think we're still 7 points away from Norwich, who won on a Saturday. So you've got a little bit of a cushion. But I think now we're playing those teams around us. I think this is a chance now to, you know, to push on up the table for sure. So yeah, in terms of Liverpool, I'll just give a quick sort of review on them. Obviously, there seems to be an agenda against Liverpool this season. Everyone's like, oh, leave VAR, Paul, you know, all that stuff. Oh, you can't let them win the league, you know, all that sort of stuff, because they never shut up about it. But look, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this, like, do you want Man City, who literally, when stuff goes wrong, will spend 200 million on one player, or get a defender who ends up being the most expensive defender in the world at that time, before Van Dijk, obviously, at that time, you know, just to fix the issues, you know, and, you know, they're being a bit naive, Man City, you know, as I mentioned when we played them, you know, to not buy a centre back, you know, is ridiculous, you know, considering you're going for the title. You know, Liverpool have exposed that. You know, Chelsea exposed that, even though Chelsea lost to them at the weekend. Chelsea exposed that. You know, and that's why I don't think personally they're going to win the league. I think Chelsea and Leicester are outsiders, as I mentioned last video. But I just think this season, what's different about Liverpool is the just constant attack. You know, if they're 1-0, 2-0 down, their attack just constantly. And because of the pace, you know, you've got Mane, Firmino, Salah, you've got Chamberlain coming back, Wijnaldum, you know, Milner's there. You know, it's just constant, and, you know, not many teams are going to be able to withstand that, you know, and that's what I think is different this season. And secondly, the games that they dropped points in last season, they're winning. You know, a prime example, Leicester, they drew that last season, they won. You know, there's a few other games I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's sort of the lower, sort of the bottom half teams that they drew last season, they're winning. And obviously the only points they dropped is against Man United. But obviously, you know, it was a massive game. It always is, Liverpool, Man United. And Man United, you know, turned up for that game. They don't turn up for any other games, but that's the game they turn up in. So that's what I think is different. That's why I think Liverpool are going to win the league. I think it's going to be very difficult for them to do a Premier League and Champions League double or one of the cups. But I think they'll still get maybe to the quarter-final, semi-final. Possibly maybe win an FA Cup as well. But I think Liverpool fans, they want the league. You know, they haven't won it for such a long time. They want the league, and they would take being knocked out of the Champions League over winning, obviously, the Premier League. Obviously, a lot of fans are salty about, you know, the way Liverpool are going about the business and the VAR being in favour of them. But at the end of the day, as a Palace fan, you know, till weekend just gone, every VAR decision had gone in our favour, and this is the first one that hasn't. You know, and as I mentioned in previous videos, you're going to get that. You're going to get a few that go in your favour, and you're going to get a few that don't. But at the end of the day, Liverpool had a perfectly good goal disallowed against Aston Villa before Villa scored. So, you know, and Man United's goal, I feel personally, should have been disallowed against Liverpool. So again, that's two decisions already off the top of my head, and everyone's moaning just because they've had, you know, goals that should have been disallowed against them disallowed. You know, so I don't see the problem. At the end of the day, and surely wouldn't it be good for a different team to win the league? You know, that's my view on it, and if obviously you disagree on it, it's your opinion, fair enough, but that's what I think. Anyway, back to Palace. As I said, obviously frustrating that we conceded the goal so late, but positive in terms of the performance front, the attacking front, and the way we defended. Obviously, as I mentioned, we've got some winnable games coming up. Obviously, Burnley away this Saturday. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Burnley away is always a tough game. You know, whether you're a top six side or a bottom half side. But you know, Burnley are on and off at the moment. You know, they can look really good, but you know they got destroyed by Sheffield United, and then they go and win on the weekend pretty comfortably. So you're sort of looking, you know, thinking which Burnley's going to turn up. You know, hopefully it's the Burnley, the Burnley that played against Sheffield United. You know, and we can take advantage of that. But overall, I think if we play how we did against Liverpool, and if we keep just our heads in the game, concentrate, I think we can get a good win out of there against Burnley. And yeah, then we go into Bournemouth at home. Tough game again, but Bournemouth, you know, they beat Man United at their place, but you know, then I watched the highlights of the weekend. They don't look at the Bournemouth of old, so I think they're there to exploit. Obviously attacking, they're really good, but I think defensively they're a bit, you know, weak this season. So yeah, certainly a lot of positives out of the game. I'm not going to go into formations and that. I think we should just keep. The same lineup. Possibly, maybe Benteke up front with Ayew. He did look good when he came on. Obviously, he scored in the international break. Obviously, it was against Cyprus, so read into that what you can. But when he came on, he looked sharp. He was running for the ball. Obviously, he was involved in Zaha's goal. Nearly scored with his bicycle kick. Maybe it's just giving him the confidence that he lacked in the start of the season. So maybe, you know, play Benteke up top with Ayew, or maybe drop Ayew and play Benteke, because a few of the fans were saying, you know, Ayew didn't look, you know, great against Liverpool. But, you know, I personally think it's very hard up top on your own, especially against Liverpool. You know, with Van Dijk, you know, Lovren, who's improved a lot this season, up there. It's very hard. You know, so I think you can't read too much into it. He's still playing okay. But yeah, I think he needs that support up there. Whether you want to play Zaha up top with him, or if you want to play Benteke up top with him, I really think we need that support with him. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. I'm not doing Burnley away, so there won't be a video for that. I'm obviously going to Bournemouth at home, so that'll be the next video. Sort of a week. It'll be on a week Wednesday next week, a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'll be reviewing that and then briefly going over the Burnley game. Obviously, if anything controversial happens, if whatever result it is, I'll be briefly talking about that. And yeah, so Palace fans, if you stumble across this video, how do you think we played? Do you think we should go with the two up top? What do you think about if Joel was injured? Who do you think should play right back for that game? And how do you think we should set up against Burnley? Liverpool fans, if you stumble across this video, do you think you're going to win the league this season? Do you agree with me in terms of what I said about what's different this season? And you know, do you think you can do Premier League Cup double or Premier League Champions League double, or do you just want to solely get the Premier League this season? It'd be nice to see your views, get some sort of chat going. And yeah, so next video, as I mentioned, we Bournemouth at home. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be Bournemouth at home. Thank you guys, and goodbye.